Yes, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to All for United. This is Uncut doing wonderfully. I've lagged out already, and we're only in the intro. This is going to be fantastic, isn't it? I'm already lagging. It's faster than usual. Let me know in the comments how you're all doing. Obviously, Manchester United have won today, 2-1 against West Ham away at the London Stadium, thanks to a late winner from Jesse Lingard, and of course, a big save from David De Gea. We're going to be talking about that later on and what that means for this United team in terms of going and trying to win something. So make sure to get your comments in below on what that team is building up towards. Is it building up towards yes, or is it a little way to go? Let me know. Make sure to like the video as well, and I will see you all on the other side.
Click subscribe to get daily Manchester United content from passionate Reds, only on All for United.
Yes, you absolute psychopaths. Welcome back to All for United Uncut. How are we all doing? There's only 4 of us here today. It's a bit sad, isn't it?
The best 4, though.
Yeah.
I mean, James is on it. What are we all drinking? Water and stew.
I've got Corona because I needed something refreshing.
Get well soon.
I got Lucozade as well because I haven't been on back from footy, so I need to hydrate.
You're still feeling healthy. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I need to hydrate.
Oh, I've lagged out. Oh, I'm back. James, what are you drinking?
I'm on Pepsi because it was a heavy one last night, so recovering.
Heavy one last night.
Excellent.
As heavy as you can get in Nottingham.
Got to get that Lucozade, says the tennis athlete, Conor Roberts.
Yes.
Brown Knight says drink water. Yeah, drink water. Healthier bunch today, for some reason. A healthier selection. United won today. I know we've already done a post-match reaction, but of course we are going to talk about the game. Oh, I've lagged again.
Kind of.
We'll talk about it if my internet wants me to talk about it. We're going to talk about what it means in terms of the bigger picture. But let me get another set of reactions. How good was that? That just felt good, didn't it? Forget tactics, forget decisions and all that. How good did it feel just to win that game? As a fan watching it, how buzzing were you guys after seeing that? James, you go first.
Well, it's nice I can actually give my opinion on this show in a way that actually sums it up. The fact that they brought on Mark Noble to take a penalty just for him to miss it is unbelievable. That is the best thing I've ever seen in from a United perspective. The fact that we were just 2 very valid penalty shots for us were just waved away for us to still win against 12 men. We saw midweek we struggle when we've not got the man advantage, but we put that to bed tonight or today when they had a man extra. So feels good. It feels really good.
I like that. I like the way that you've just slid in the extra man, because it did feel like that sometimes. I mean, we should have had at least 1 penalty. I felt. I know a couple of them might have looked soft, but come on, you could have given at least one of them, especially when it's happening again and again and again. On that, Mark Noble bit. Oh, honestly, my internet's fantastic, isn't it? I love my internet. On the Mark Noble bit, yeah, they did deserve to miss that, because who brings on a player just to take a pen? Like that's tin pot in itself. And I've said a lot of things about West Ham United in the past, and they are a very big tin pot club. And I've got image of the day for you all. Look at his face. And look at Dave. Ice cold David De Gea. Ice cold David De Gea. He's just made a game-winning save, and he's looking like that. Mate, what a guy. Stu, how did you feel? Because, it must have been a great experience, surely.
I loved it. I hate going to West Ham normally. We always struggle down there. It's always a tough game. We've lost titles down there. They kick us, they bully us, they harass us. And they did exactly that today. Whether you like Moyes or not, you cannot argue with what he's building at West Ham. And he's slowly but surely building a real disciplined group of footballers. And I thought they did all right today. But, the half-time, fuck me, I was on Twitter half-time laughing my fucking head off at these clowns who think that football only has, is only for 45 minutes. Well, not 95 minutes. And they're crying, oh, Fred shit. And fucking Varane bailed out fucking Maguire and all that kind of bollocks. And it just, honestly, it makes me laugh. It really does. So I was delighted that we got the win. It was a great goal by Jesse. I thought his spatial awareness for where he was, I thought was excellent. And a great strike. I mean, Fabianski had no chance. I don't know why he bothered diving, to be honest, because he was absolutely nowhere near it. So all in all, yeah, look, you can go on about issues in the game, issues with certain things that Ollie did, but I can't be asked to do that. We fucking won. Come on.
To be fair, the halftime reactions I felt were a little bit exaggerated because I thought we actually had a good first half. Like, we weren't actually that bad. Cal, was I the only one who thought this? Because everyone seemed to think, we were poor.
No, I don't think we were bad at all, to be honest. I think it was just one of those games where the opponent can frustrate you. I mean, you're right, really. We definitely should have...
Good comment.
We definitely should have had a penalty. I think the reason why we probably didn't get that last one was because it looked like Ronaldo already was going down. Watching that replay, it looked like he was starting to fall down before Zuma had even tackled him. And I think VAR looked at that and thought, no, I think he's trying to have us on a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it was just a tough game. It always is against West Ham. I don't necessarily think we played bad. I don't think we played amazing, but we were very solid, and I thought we played with a clear intent to just go out and attack. There was spells in the game where I thought West Ham were on top, but in general, I thought a draw probably wouldn't have been unfair. But I think United should be beating these teams, and last season at home we'd have struggled there. So the fact that we're getting these wins is starting to show that there is a bit of a difference in the team this season. So yeah, I thought it was a good game. United played well, West Ham played well as well, and we just happened to be the ones that came out with a victory.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, the words, this team looks different, and I think that is a true thing, because we've come back from behind before, but I think it's the manner in which we went about it. Like, we didn't panic, we weren't. I'll wait. Yeah, I'm back. We weren't panicky. We weren't rushing things when we were behind. We sort of just stuck to our guns a little bit and thought, you know what, we've got the quality. We'll come back into this game. And I think that's a big mentality to have. Now, you might say going behind isn't sustainable in the long term, but if that mentality is sustainable, and I think that's very important to have. Now, my question to you guys is, was this kind of performance the stuff of Premier League champions? Does this show a sign that United are turning the corner? James, we'll go to you first.
The obviously the resilience is, we've had the resiliency for probably the last year now, and that's obviously, it goes without saying how important that is in a title charge. But I think the fact that we were in that position, the fact that we didn't take the chances that we created, because there was quite a few very, very good chances that you'd probably expect Ronaldo, namely, to score. The fact that it got to that stage is maybe slightly worrying. I don't want to put a downer on it at all in any sense, but I do think we've got to get better at killing games off. It was said quite a lot in my post-match show. You should go and watch that, by the way. But a lot of people were raising the comment that the game should have been done really by maybe halfway through the second half. So a great win, great resiliency, but I think that there's still little things to tweak if we are going to be genuine title contenders.
Yeah, and I think while that is true, bloody hell, mindset's fantastic. Bloody hell, I can't wait to let me pass. No, I think what you said about the resiliency having been there already, it's true, because we've had. Catholics internet is worse than nobody can have the pass now. It's true. What was I saying? Resiliency. Yeah, it's been there for a while, because that away record has been there for a long time, and I think it's very underplayed. It's mentality monster vibes that I'm getting. Stu, is that the best way to put it?
No, I agree with that. I agree with everything that James had said. I mean, we did deserve to win the game of football, but you never. I mean, you can always deserve to win, but unless you score the goals, it's an irrelevance. And today we had a bit of a worldie by Lingard that won it for us. What I would say is that it is always difficult going to places like West Ham, and there are times where you have to concede possession, and you will concede possession. And a game of football over 90 or 95 minutes, it's virtually impossible for you to be on top It's just virtually impossible in any game. And anybody who knows anything about football will know that they've gone into games expecting to win and come out and lost. So you are right. The resilience and mentality that we're showing at this point in time, irrespective of what happened in Bern during the week, is better than it's been for a long, long time. It's probably better than it's been since Sir Alex left the club back in 2013. But it does take time, and there's little gaps in our play still. You're still getting Varane and getting used to the pace of the game. I thought Wan-Bissaka was much, much better today, really much better. I thought he had a good, solid game, Wan-Bissaka. I thought McTominay played quite well considering it's his first game back from injury, although I thought he tired after 70, and I would have made the swap then with McTominay. But look, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I think. It's all about what Ollie thinks. Now, I raised my eyebrows like everybody else did when Matic was brought on for Fred. I couldn't quite work it out, and then somebody texted me quite politely and said, "We all feel a bit soft now. Lingard scored," but that's football. At the end of the day, that's football. You've got 95 minutes to go out and win a game of football, and it matters not how you do it as long as you win. When you walk off that pitch, it matters not. And then you dissect it, you debrief it, and then you go through the pros and the cons of the game on the Monday, and then you look at your opposition for the weekend, which we happen to have West Ham, in midweek at the Carabao Cup. I expect a raft of changes for that. Ollie's got to decide, does he go for the Carabao Cup this year? Does he prioritise that? I'm not so sure. I don't think we should. I know people want a trophy, but I think we should be concentrating on Villa at the weekend, actually. And so I would, for this particular week, put the Villa squad to one side, put the Carabao Cup squad to the forefront, and then start looking at it that way. It's a cliche. You win games one at a time, and it's absolutely true. But what also is true is you play yourself into a championship hunt, or you play yourself out of a championship hunt. And at the minute, as James quite rightly said, we might not be playing the best, the most attractive football at the minute, but we're playing ourselves, and we've got to stay within 2 points. We've said this for a long, long time, 2 or 3 points when we go through our October schedule. And that's what Ollie's doing. Whether people like it or not, whether they understand what's going on or not, it doesn't matter. We picked up, out of a tough game today, 3 points. And I'm fucking delighted. And James will tell you, I never get delighted. Do I, James?
No, you're notoriously miserable, mate.
I am. Exactly. I almost texted you because you put something on Twitter today, and I can't remember what it was, James, but I almost wrote, because I have been saying it for ages, what you said, and I can't remember what it was. But I'm pretty sure you stole it from me, and I can accept that. So
it's only natural.
But no, I think what Stu said about the remaining within 2 points, because I said at the start of the season, we did it. I think we did the whole show on it. The first 6 games and how important they'd be. We've played 5 and won all but 1. So,
no.
It's a dramatic pause. That's what I was doing there, not a lag. So clearly we're doing the right things, and we should be positive. Cal, Stu mentioned, Lingard coming up with a win and with the winner and coming off the bench. Now, is that a good sign to you that squad players like Lingard are coming up with performances and goals like that, especially in crucial times? They're not just coming on to make up the numbers. They're winning games for us. Is that a sign that this United squad is starting to go towards a winning squad?
Well, we've been crying out for squad depth for a while now, and we know we finally look like we've got it. Obviously, I still think we're one player short in the starting 11, but the squad depth is something that all top clubs need. City have had it for so long. Liverpool have had it to an extent, maybe not this season as much, but and Chelsea have definitely got it. So the fact that we can do this, but a point that we need to make about Lingard coming on, and in terms of the other night when we all criticised Ollie, and one of Ollie's big sort of the criticisms that a lot of people say about Solskjaer is his substitutions. Now, he made 2 subs today. He brought Fred off for Matic, who, they're 2 completely different players. Fred runs around like a bit of a wild animal and tries to get the ball back, to his credit. And Matic is one of those defensive midfielders who can pass through the lines and find forward passes. It's quite an underrated part of his game, to be fair. You know, when you speak about squad players, we brought Matic and Matic and Lingard on today. Lingard scored and Matic got the assist. So, for all this criticism that everyone seems to want to give Ole as soon as we lose a game, I'd like to see the same for what happened today, please, from all these people on Twitter. Because you can't have a go when he's done rubbish and then just say, oh, it's individual brilliance when he does well. Matic's shown that he still can do and still can be useful to the squad. So squad players are important in any team, and the fact that United have now looked like have got them, you know, don't forget we've still got Rashford to come back, Cavani's to come into the squad as well. So it seems to be a little bit different. Personally, you know, I don't doubt that we can't win the league. I don't feel like we will. I personally think Chelsea have got the league up this season, and it'll be very tough to get there. But look, we can only find out. We can only win what's in front of us. And at the minute, like you say, there's a few tough games coming up. But I think between November to January, we've got a very favourable run, and that could be the make or break for our season. We've got to win our home games and beat the teams that we should do. And if we do that with everyone playing a part that they should be doing, like we saw today, Lingard came on and made a difference, so did Matic. If we can keep doing that and, you know, show fight throughout the season, then that's all we can ask for, regardless of whether we win the trophy or not.
Yeah, exactly. And hang on. I've lagged again. Brana, yes, there is someone behind me. That's my missus. She's watching, I think, Sex Education on Netflix. So that's what the hand was.
I was just watching.
Ben.
I've literally had to pause it. I've got 10 minutes left of the last episode to come on here.
Well, thank you for that. The dedication. On the squad thing, though, I think you mentioned Rashford and Cavani. Rashford, our second highest goal scorer from last season, has played 0 minutes, and Cavani, our third highest goal scorer, has played less than a half of footballs. So, and come on, let me finish my point. Yeah, we're here, and he's played less than a half of football, and we're still near the top of the league. So I don't know why people are panicking about style of play and patterns of play. We're doing all right. Calm down. This tough run of fixtures. We'll talk about that actually. The tough run of fixtures. Are we nervous or are we excited? Because it is a very tough one. We've not faced a run of games like that for a while now. Is this going to be the test of the squad? Anyway.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely nervous for it because we've gone from getting as many points as we can against bigger teams and not doing the same against lesser teams to now we've started the season getting the points against getting the points against the lesser teams, and now I don't know how we'll fare against big teams, especially when you watch, you know, City not so much recently, but Liverpool and Chelsea, they're unbelievable this season. They really are. They look like they could go the distance. So those games against those teams will be very telling.
Your bird is... sorry, James, I was listening. Your bird is ruining your internet by streaming something I did in year 8. I wish that was why my internet was shit. Nope. Great timing. I wish that's why. I wish that's why my internet was shit, but it's not. Stu, what do you reckon in terms of the tough run of games we're coming up? You briefly mentioned it, but what do you feel about our chances?
Yeah, look, if I was on that dressing room, I'd be rubbing my hands together with excitement. I love games like that. I love to pick myself against the best.
Ronaldo will be.
Yeah, and see where you come out, because you only know, or Ollie will only know a lot about this team through this run of games, through this run of fixtures. And we fared pretty well, didn't we, last year against the top 6 or the so-called 6 clubs. And I think at the minute, Klopp will be having, be looking extra hard at, what we're doing. I think Tuchel will. I think Chelsea were that good today. Tottenham ran out of steam and ran out of ideas, to be brutally honest with you. I know Chelsea come away with two goals, but look, I thought they were okay. I think all right, Lukaku's doing quite well, but he's he still shows Manchester United Lukaku at times. He hasn't shown the Inter Milan Lukaku, you've always got a chance with Werner up front, because I mean he's just going backwards as a footballer. So Ollie, if he is talking to them about October, which I would imagine that he is, if Maguire is talking to them, Ronaldo, these are types of games that as a professional footballer you want to be playing, and you don't want to be playing against Brighton all the time. You want to be pitting yourself against the best players. And we've got a lot to prove this season. There's a lot of players out there in our squad. They've got a lot to prove. They've got a lot to prove to themselves, to the fans and to the manager. Already you can see signs that Varane is slowly but surely getting us a bit more cohesive in defence. Wan-Bissaka's playing better when Varane's alongside him. I do think though, and I was listening to James's show earlier, and then one of the guys mentioned that you can't take Bruno out the free role, and he's right actually. But the better player to play a free role is actually Pogba. But the problem you've got, because we're sticking Pogba out on the left at the moment, as we know, you're almost shoehorning Pogba into our starting 11. But the problem you got with Bruno is if you don't give him that free role, he's not disciplined enough to sit where he needs to be in an 8, unfortunately. And that's why if I was playing a free role, which I think Pogba should, I think he'd be much better. I'm not saying you play Pogba in the 10 because it wouldn't work. You've got to what we're having to do is sacrifice Pogba's game to almost accommodate Bruno. I'm going to get absolute pelters for that. But if you think about it, it's true, because Bruno just isn't disciplined enough at this point in time to play a bit more of a deeper role. He loves playing off the top. If you look at what he's done all season, he loves to play off the striker. But I think the better free role is better suited to Pogba, but it just can't happen until we get our defensive midfielder in, whoever that may be, and then Ollie can change it. But I think Pogba's game's being strangled a little bit just at this point to give Bruno the free role. I don't know what your thoughts on that, lads, are, but that's what I think.
I think I pretty much agree with you on that. I'm not sure there's much to disagree with. It's pretty much the same. I mean, Pogba, yeah, he is better suited to that free role, but until we get... Oh, have I lagged? No, I'm still in.
No, you're all right, though. Bloody hell.
And unless we get that DM, we can't free him up, because then we lose another man in that area. So we'll just have to see. Interesting comment from Jarvis. Is Greenwood's... Oh, but I think you can see the comment. Is Greenwood's form declining? I thought he played well today. Is it just me?
It looks like it's declining just because he's not scored, but in reality, it's clearly not.
I thought he actually played better today than he did in the games that he scored.
He's still playing well. It's just it's been overshadowed by the fact that he's not scoring. The problem with that is you've got Ronaldo shooting 28 times a game, so he's the one that's scoring the goals. We knew that was going to happen anyway. So
I thought he linked up with Ronaldo quite well. I thought
he did really well today. I think Greenwood, Bruno, and Ronaldo, all three of them seem to work really well together today.
Yep.
And it's so refreshing to see Greenwood actually taking the opportunity to play so well with Ronaldo, because it's a dream come true in a way, isn't it? Really, and the fact that he's grabbing it with both hands and his form's staying relatively solid, I don't see an issue with Greenwood at the minute, to be honest.
Does anyone else feel that his game's developed a little more all round? Stuart, I'll let you answer that, because you're the one who's always talking about that sort of thing.
I thought his link-up play, I think Carl's absolutely correct, actually. His link-up play between Bruno and Ronaldo was brilliant today. And his back-to-goal play is improving. So I don't think he's declining. I don't think he's going backwards. I thought what his biggest issue today was, I thought Ogbonna bullied him just a little bit. But you expect that, you know. And I know he's a bigger lad now, Greenwood, but you do expect that. We sometimes forget he's still quite, he's a youngster. And I just thought there was occasions where Bonner bullied him, and I'd like to see a bit more composure when he is being bullied. Don't shy away from receiving and wanting the football. Take it, and and eventually, you'll be the one doing the bullying. So you've kind of got to, it's just part and parcel of football. We've spoken about this before, but I think his link-up play between today, particularly, I thought Greenwood had a great game, but he's always going to be overshadowed when Ronaldo. His goal, his first attempt for his goal was sublime. That's such a difficult task to get power in, enough power that Fabianski couldn't hold it. And then he was on the move immediately. Greenwood's got to be watching and learning this and, on what better play. But no, I wouldn't say he's declining, and he certainly hasn't stagnated. I think he's improved. I think his overall play is improving. So, I was delighted with him. But he does need to be playing where he's playing.
He might have improved off the back of Ronaldo overshadowing him, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because he's taken away the little
absolutely.
bit of pressure, and he's taken away an extra defender away from him, potentially. So, if anything, it's a good thing, surely.
Do you not think that could be a positive, though, for Sancho as well? I think we mentioned it the other week on the show.
Yeah.
The fact that we signed how old is he, 2021?
Yeah, that was my next question as well.
For 70, there you go, for 70 plus million. And it's kind of took the pressure. I mean, it's not quite as much as it could have done, I suppose, because it's still Man United and the media are still all over it, aren't they? But in a way, it has kind of overshadowed the fact that, the fact that Ronaldo's here, it's overshadowed the fact that Sancho's come in for such a big fee. Because, let's be honest, he's not hit the ground running. But, it's he's come back to England, he's still a young lad, and it'll take time. He's the right winger at United or the left winger for the next 10, 15 years. So I think what United fans need to do, and famously they're not famous for being patient, they just need to wait it out with him and just keep backing him, really. Because, we're seeing glimpses of Sancho, it's just not quite hitting him. The end product just doesn't seem to be quite getting there yet, but I'm sure it'll come.
I quite like the way Sancho's approached his first few games with us, actually, because there are times, and Ronaldo's quite brave on the ball. If you remember, Cal, the Bolton game when he came on, when he was a sub, completely changed the game. He tried all his step overs, his tricks, and so forth. He didn't really. I mean, he did change the game. Obviously. You what? Sorry,
You're lagging a bit now.
Am I?
You're all right now.
Oh, okay.
It might be my end. Go on, carry on.
No, it's bloody Karthik. Karthik's internet it's virus and everyone.
It's infecting.
And he did that. What I like about Jaden and James can come in, but I like how he's playing. He's not playing it safe. I like how he's getting it and using the ball rather than losing the ball. So he's trying to play his way into how Manchester United want to play. Now we know. And to be fair, Carl, you probably know better than me because you were raving about him way before I was. He's got really quick feet, terrific skill, and we know he can burst past players just like that. But I just think he's feeling his way into the team. And again, this comes down to a basic understanding of football. And sometimes you can't play your natural game immediately. You've got to be comfortable around your surroundings. I think Varane's doing the same, by the way.
I think it's pretty clear that he is.
Yeah, there was
from his comments as well. It's from his comments as well when he's talking about the Premier League being different that you can tell he's adapting.
Yeah, but at times today was caught out of position. I think we all saw it, and he was he was covered by, and rightly so, by Maguire. That's what happens when you go out of position. Your central defensive partner or whoever partners you covers you, but they're getting there, and I wouldn't be worried about Sancho at all. I don't know what you think, James, but I wouldn't be.
No, I'm not either. I think there's going to be a natural adjustment period. There is with any player other than maybe Ronaldo. You come to United, mind when you're 21 and you're one of the most expensive players of all time. I think he is, in a sense, he's a little bit held back by how United play. We are often guilty of being a little bit too safe. And I think sometimes that has hindered him because he's a risk taker like Bruno, isn't he? But yeah, he'll settle. We'll mould to him. He'll mould to us. And yeah, I think ask this same question in a year's time, and I think we'll have a more rounded and well educated answer for you.
All right, you two need to get a room, by the way.
Well, what I want to know, what have I done? I was John Gray's favourite, but now I'm not. Fucking hell.
It's good. I think it's because you said Chelsea aren't that great. And
just good to show appreciation to your fans, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean, the whole Chelsea will win the league thing probably helped. Not that
probably.
I wanted to, though.
Yeah, but they're not going to, though, unfortunately. A good question, I think I'll try and find it now. Yeah, Fred Woodward, this was literally my next topic, so everyone's coming in with my own topic, so cheers for that. David De Gea, how good is it to have him back at his best? Because he is back at his best now, I think, and he's saving penalties, so he's even better than he was before. How does it feel?
Do you know what? In terms of that question, I really don't know how to answer it because you kind of can't drop De Gea at the moment.
He's
you
undroppable.
Really can't. And is Dino back now? Is he not injured anymore?
No, I don't think so.
So you take that into consideration. You can look at it as if as Henderson being there made De Gea improve again, or is it just a coincidence? Because if you were to loan or possibly even sell Henderson, does De Gea start to stagnate and even decline again. This is what I mean, but you can't have two top-class keepers, one top-class keeper sitting on the bench, really, can you? It's not in the nature, do you know what I mean? So it's quite a hard one to answer. I love Henderson. I genuinely think he's United's next goalkeeper for the next 10 years. And I was definitely saying it at the start of the season, but with De Gea in such good form and so confident, you just can't drop him. And I think the fact that he was dropped for Spain, what happened in the Europa League final, I think it's kind of pushed him on. And obviously Henderson wanting the number one spot, it's kind of, it kind of shows everything, doesn't it? But I did read a stat today that was the first penalty in that was the first penalty in 40 attempts to save, which is a pretty poor record. So that definitely needs to carry on changing because, De Gea is quite famous for being shit at saving penalties. So let's hope that changes.
A good point from Ugly Bear here. I don't think it's any coincidence that when De Gea is picking up form again, that we're starting to look like a much more secure and solid team. A good goalkeeper is surely. I mean, I'll ask it to the panel. How important is a good goalkeeper to win the league? Oh, I've lied. I don't know if you heard my question, but I'll repeat it. How important is having your top goalkeeper in top form if you want to go and win the league?
Well,
I'll
do you want to go, James? Yeah, go for it, mate.
Yeah, why not? I think you're pretty hard pressed to find a team that's won the league with a bad goalkeeper, aren't you? We saw that Champions League final with Liverpool. They were cost the trophy by a bad keeper. Probably would have won the game with Alisson in goal. So a good, stable goalkeeper is probably something United haven't had since Ollie's come in. I get defensively we've not been all there, but you saw what Mourinho, how many times Mourinho was bailed out by David De Gea during his tenure. I think David De Gea got United second place, not Mourinho. I think people forget that. So if we can get him to somewhere near his best, I don't think he'll ever be where he was that season. He got us second place because we've not seen individual season like that from a keeper very often at all. But if we can get him back in the conversation of sort of best in the league, then it can only be a positive. I just think I'm a massive fan of Dean Henderson, but there's inconsistencies to his game. He's a lot more raw and unperfect. That's not a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Compared to De Gea, I think De Gea's his experience and the ability he's got now it just trumps him. And if he can find some consistency again, we could be.
Oh, did anyone catch what he said at the end?
No, I didn't. I'll jump in. One of my favourite players for United that's been was Schmeichel, because I just think he was a mountain of a goalkeeper. And Fergie once famously said that Schmeichel was
when we win 21,
would guarantee you 12 points a season. One thing I like about Fergie is he also said, would also say, by the way, that's what he's there for. That's his job. Yeah. His job is to keep goal for Manchester United. His job is to make sure to get as many clean sheets that season as you can. And I see it all the time that De Gea, saved us there. That's what he's there for. But there's no two ways about it. Right now, we're seeing something like De Gea from 3 or 4 years ago, as James said, where he was at the top of his game and probably the best goalkeeper in the world. And if we can keep this type of form, then it's going to be very, very difficult for Hendo to get back in. But I'm like everyone else. I like Henderson. I think he is the future goalkeeper for Manchester United. But I think Ollie's got a bit of an issue with what he does. And I don't know whether he might, now that we've got Heaton, he's more than capable of filling in for either Henderson or De Gea, whether or not he looks to loan Henderson back out in January. Now, how Henderson will react to that and take that, I don't know. But if he wants to play for Manchester United in the future, then these are the breaks sometimes. It's all right when you're an outfield player. You've got a variety of positions you can try and turn your hand to play. But when you're a goalkeeper, that's it. That is it. There's you and 2 other players that are vying for that position. So I think it's going to be quite...
I missed something here.
Stu, did you say Jordan Henderson instead of Dean Henderson?
No, I don't think so. I said Dean, didn't I? Did I say Jordan, John?
You potentially did.
And I was about to praise Chelsea's goalkeeper then. You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
Is he a Chelsea fan or something? Why is he
I
in
don't
the
know.
comments talking about Chelsea?
He is a Chelsea fan, yeah.
Got you. Right, that makes more sense. Oh, he said Hendo. I think that's why.
Yeah, I said Hendo. Yeah, so I think I think Henderson's probably understanding the situation at the minute because he's played 2 reserve games, hasn't he? He had Jones in the 6th, didn't he? That was funny. That was Carthick.
He did not. He unfortunately did not.
But it was good. But you know, he's coming back and he's got COVID at the wrong time in his career. But that happens in football, so he's just got to deal with it now. Henderson has. He's got to.
It doesn't happen in football because it's never happened before. You know.
Well, injury then. Injury.
I know what you meant. Don't worry. I know what you meant.
And so he's got to. So he will have a choice. Henderson will have a choice, and Ollie will have a decision to make come January. What he does, because Carl's right. You can't have 2 world-class goalkeepers vying for one position just at the moment. Nobody calls Dean Henderson Hendo. He's our Dino. Okay. Sorry, not Hendo then. Sorry,
yes, Stu. I got his nickname. No, right. Enough talking about United because I want to talk about something that made me laugh quite a bit, and I don't think we covered it here yet. Did we all have a nice laugh at Pep moaning about the fans, and the fans moaning back at him? That was quite funny, wasn't it?
Do you know what, though? The thing is, they'll be deleting their tweets and shutting up passing about Ronaldo. They know Pep Guardiola is bigger than Man City. And I'm not just saying this as a United fan. He genuinely is, right? And if he genuinely goes, well, if they don't want me here, I'll leave. I bet every single City fan absolutely shat themselves.
I know.
I bet every single one went, oh, fuck, we thought we were a bit big. And now he's actually threatened to leave. Oh, no, we don't want you to leave. We love you. They're just all dickheads, aren't they? They need to shut up. They can go back to booing the UEFA national anthem, the UEFA anthem, because I still don't understand why they do that either. They boo the anthem even though they cheat all the time financially and have never won the Champions League. I don't know what they're frigging on about. And then you've got a manager who, if you really want to be serious, has Guardiola failed so far at City because he was very clearly bought in. He was very clearly bought into in the Champions League. He asked the fan, look, I get it. If Solskjaer came out and said you need to turn up, we'd be annoyed because we do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Pep wasn't wrong. I get it can rub fans up the wrong way, especially the genuine City fans that do go every week. But how am I triggered?
I don't know. I was asked to do it in the comments.
But he's not wrong, is he? He's asking fans to turn up. Fans haven't been able to go to the stadiums for 15 months. They're the reigning Premier League champions. And let's face it, RB Leipzig are not a small club in Germany, are they? They're quite a big team and quite respectable and a very good side. And they had 15,000 empty seats. It's unbelievable. That is genuinely, I know we give them jip about empty seats and all that and saying the city is yours, how, and blah, blah, blah. But that is really pathetic. It's
not even as though they're shit in that tournament. Like they go, they're always empty in Champions League games. Yeah, but you were just Champions League finalists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's shocking. It's really, really poor. A poor showing from fans of a club.
I thought it was hilarious. I saw loads of memes going out. My favourite one was you don't win £1 million on the national lottery anymore. You win a season ticket at City. I thought that was hilarious. And
my favourite was the McDonald's Monopoly one.
Somebody did a chocolate bar, the old Willy Wonka chocolate bar. Instead of winning the golden ticket, you won a match day ticket to City.
Do you know what? I saw one that was, the 2p machines in an arcade. I saw that one, and it was funny at first until I saw it 307 times afterwards. It kind of got not funny anymore.
I haven't seen that one, but what I like about Guardiola is, and this guy who came out, the head of City Supporters Club or whatever his name is, he was now castigated, by the way. There's probably an effigy of him hanging outside the Etihad Stadium because, as Callum quite rightly said, when he turned around and said, the fans don't want me here, I'll go. It would have been an absolute fucking meltdown. No, please come back, Pep. We love you. We love you. And all that kind of bollocks. And then he comes out, though. He comes out, doesn't he? I feel guilty for the fans. So he's on a fucking charm offensive now as well. Get a fucking grip. The thing about it is if you're going to say something, back yourself. The end. You know, you were talking shit, pal, and that's it. You know,
at least own it.
I've never seen a manager plead for fans ever. I mean, ever. And I've been watching football since the fucking Stone Age.
It's not even the first time he's done it, though. Hasn't he done it before?
I think so, yeah. But Kel's right, I think. Fucking RB Leipzig, you know, they're a good team. People want to watch Champions League football, and we'll sell out young boys.
It's the fact that they even had tickets out on uni days, so students could have gone and they didn't go.
Do you know what I mentioned? I mentioned that though. I mentioned it to the missus the other day, and she was like, "Why don't
I would have gone?
Why don't they make them cheaper? Because it's obviously too expensive." And I turned around and went, "Like, Charles, the tickets are £5, like, and they're still not going." I get it's banter and stuff, but surely some City fans are seeing this and going, "Wow, yeah, fine." Like, I get somehow, I'm sure there is an excuse, you know, family life and whatever. Some things are more important than football. That's not the issue that we have. It's the issue that the fact that they come out and go, "Oh, yeah, well, Manchester's blue and all that." That's just such a crap narrative that's been made up over the last 20, 30 years or whatever in the media. There's more United fans from Manchester than City fans. It's just proven fact. But it's constantly, like, I work in Yorkshire. So I tell people I live in Manchester and I'm from Manchester, go, "Do you City Sports City?" And I'm like, why do you assume that? There's more United fans in Manchester and from Manchester than City fans. But because of this stupid narrative, they go, "Oh yeah, Manchester's blue," and it just fucking isn't.
All the City fans from Manchester are either 80 years old or dead.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're all old people. They're just older. The younger fans are growing into City fans, but
to be fair to, it's true that is Garthik. You know, to be fair to their core fans, I don't know how many the Kipaks held at the Old Main Road. I don't know if it was 20,000, 15,000 or 10,000.
I think one of the stands alone, Stu, was about 28,000 at Main Road.
It might have been the Kipaks then, but you know, they are the hardcore City fans. They're like the hardcore United fans. There are hardcore City fans there, but what City can't do, they weren't able to attract the younger generation, because I think even younger football fans can see and understand what City are and where they were born and where they grew from, whereas United have always been a likeable team, a likable commodity. And you know, my story was my uncle. We've all got stories on how we went to United. It was my uncle from London, by the way. You know, his dad was an Arsenal fan, but he was a United fan, and that's how I, you know, got it. My first shirt at 7, and I've never looked back, and I won't look back. And now I just brainwash all my kids and all my, you know, all my little nephews and that United, and that's how it is, isn't it? City haven't got that. I think people realise, certainly younger City fans, and if they're not born in and around Manchester, it's difficult to justify supporting City. Where certainly when I was growing up, it was an easier decision. I mean, you have to bear in mind, by the way, as well, in the late 70s, it was Liverpool and Wolves and Ipswich Town were the teams that were at the top. We were mid-table to bottom half at that time. So that's just as strange, isn't it? Really, how football.
It was just funny. It's just funny listening to Pep trying to get fans, and then the fans going back at him again. And I thought he'd blame the fans for not turning up, but he didn't.
I do feel sorry for Pep though, because he's come from two clubs, two of probably the most substantial clubs in the world, in Barcelona and Bayern. You know, dripping in history. Fans turn up. Full stop. There's you know, passion around the club, and then you come to City. You know, I don't want to knock City. Obviously, what they've done what a lot of clubs try, and they've done it very well. To be fair to them, but it doesn't feel like a club of substance yet. Whether that will come in time or not, I don't know. But right now, I think Pep's just sort of looking around, going, it's completely foreign experience to him. You have obviously City do have passionate fans. The Premier League attendance, we take the mick, but it is usually pretty good. But it's just completely different, and I feel sorry for him in that way. And the fact that the fans have come back at him, given everything he's done for City, he's taken them from they win the league every other year to they've got to the final of a Champions League. They're favourites for every competition they're in. They're basically unstoppable, and they have been ever since he's come in. And the fact that he chose to go to City in the first place, that's a favour for them. So I do feel sorry for him.
A year probably helps, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously, but the fact that he chose to leave a club like Bayern and move to City instead is doing City a favour. If we're being honest, it's obviously
simply put, Pep to City is what Bielsa is to Leeds, and you'd never see Leeds fans say that to Bielsa. That's how it should be with City fans to Pep, surely.
Right. It's very difficult to actually build a legacy club in modern day football. It's very difficult to buy history, and you can't buy history. There's only a finite amount of clubs that can offer or have this history. United and Liverpool are two of the biggest for obvious reasons, but the likes of Newcastle, you can't. If you look at Newcastle, it's the only club in there that they sell their ground out week in, week out, irrespective of results. They whinge and they moan, but they support the team. And I think 20 years down the line, I don't think City will still have that kind of kudos. I don't think you can buy kudos anymore. I think those days are gone, really, unfortunately. But
I think what we really need to all sit here and agree on right now is it is a shame for Pep, because he hasn't been backed in the transfer market, and he's just not been given the resources to build this squad. And it is a great shame that one of today's modern great managers is just being wasted like this. It is a time where we really should mourn, because he really is hard done by this guy, isn't he? Fucking
I think it's the beginning of the end for Pep anyway. I think in 2 years'
the tricky Reds are coming in.
Yeah, I think 2 years' time he'll move on. He's already kind of said, and he tried to backtrack on it, didn't he? He said he was looking for a sabbatical again. Where he left Barcelona, he took a year out, didn't he, before he went to Bayern. And I think he'll be, in the next 2 or 3 years, I think he'll be looking to do that. And look, whatever happens with City, who really cares? You just got to concentrate on your own front door. And our front door's red. So,
and on that note, James has sent me a very interesting video here of Paul Pogba being a shithouse. So I thought I'd
shithousery. Brilliant.
So we all love a bit of shithousery in Uncut, so let's play it now.
I'm too sexy for this girl, too sexy for your girl, too sexy for this world, too sexy for this ice, too sexy for...
Is he looking at Steelers?
He had to. No, I think. I wish he was looking at Steelers. Apparently, he was looking at a West Ham fan, and he just wanted to go at him. he had to get pulled away by a bunch of United. But I just found that funny, the way he was looking at him. Just like,
that's
what?
Copyright. That'll be copyright when I see one.
Oh shit! Yeah, I didn't think of that.
We'll be all right.
We'll be fine.
I don't know how true it is, but did you see what Pep actually said today?
What did he say?
I have seen a screenshot. So Southampton had 7 days to prepare for the game. We only had 10 minutes.
He did say that. Yeah.
Did he say that? What is he on about?
Yes,
I don't understand.
He did say that.
He's got about 5 squads. What's he complaining about?
He's genuinely starting to show those signs. And just touching on what Stu just said, I think he's right. I do genuinely think I don't think he'll be at City next season. I think Poch will be sacked from PSG and Pep will go there. I really think that's what'll happen. He'll go team up with Messi again.
Oh, the absolute loving with Poch when he... Oh, no.
Well, no, there won't be a loving with Poch, though. And if there is, the who on Twitter are just showing how fickle they are still, because I'm not being funny, he's been sacked by Tottenham. And and if that, hypothetically, of course, but if he was to be sacked by PSG whilst having Mbappe, Neymar and frigging Messi, I'm afraid I don't really... The problem with PSG is, they completely underestimate the importance of Verratti in their team. He's absolutely pivotal to their squad, and he controls everything in that midfield. If he's dropped to fit them three into the team, unfortunately, PSG suffer as a result. They won the game against Lyon tonight through an absolute garbage decision from the referee for a penalty.
It was a garbage decision. I've been watching it, yeah.
It just pops up on my Twitter here. And
I was just watching it. Yeah, I was just watching the game. Did a quick question though, because I don't know this. I generally don't. Has Messi netted yet?
No. Still
How
no
many,
goal.
how many games?
4, I
I
think.
think he's on 3 or 4 now.
Well,
Messi's failing in the Farmers League.
He got subbed, and
Tonight. He was subbed tonight.
Pochettino went to give him a handshake or whatever, and he walked right past him and ignored him.
Yeah,
So-
he was subbed tonight. Yeah.
Messi's failing in the Farmers League while the Goat's rocking it in the Prem. Hey, see what I did there? Farm animal. Hey.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, fucking... And now you froze, yeah.
Karthik, I'm
No,
convinced.
it's just dramatic pause.
I'm convinced at some point you will say something funny. I don't know when it will be, but we're waiting.
Actually, in all fairness, Callum's right about Verratti, the importance of Verratti to.
Why are we
Lord
talking about
Joker.
PSG?
Well, I was about to say that we're all joking aside, actually, and you can kind of talk about the importance of where we need. Chelsea were overrun in the first half against Spurs, and what happened when Kante came on? The importance of that CDA, it's really you can't deny it, you can't underestimate it.
Unpopular opinion. I don't think Fred had a terrible game today.
He didn't have a bad game.
No. I don't think anyone had a bad game.
He was the correct sub.
It might be because he had his mate next to him, McTominay.
Yeah, it probably was, but I mean,
They joined at the hip, didn't you?
every single time I come on a video from now on with Stu, I'm going to make a tally of how many times Stu says Cal's right. It makes me feel all warm inside. Like I feel like I'm sat in front of a fire with a lovely bit of shepherd's pie.
Well, that's all right, old friend. That's all right. Okay, but the thing is, though, I mean, James knows where my heart is, don't you, kid? He knows it. He knows it.
You're old enough to be my dad, Stu. Calm down.
Oh, that's true. All right, hey, look at this though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get
Your dad's
I'm going to get the Cal
85.
vest out one day.
The what?
I'm going to get the Cal vest out one day in the
What,
summer.
fingernails
Next summer.
What's the Cal vest?
One summer you came on and you got some fucking vest.
Oh, me Bulls. Oh, that's me bloody Bulls jersey.
Is it? Right.
The Cal vest.
Well, I was going to get one, just like a white string vest, and maybe stick a fucking hanky on my head and, really look the part. Yeah. Look at that. I haven't got that, though. I need to maybe get some stick on
It's not a
chest.
It's
I
don't want to get us taken down for nudity now because
And James is going, what the hell's chest there? Poor lad.
To be fair, I think I'm in the same boat. But whatever. We're talking about chest hair apparently.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find a segue. Speaking of hair, Ronaldo has some.
what?
How good
Cal's
is he?
got tonsils.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't stop yawning. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh no! Hang on a minute. We didn't address what I wanted to address. 23s yesterday. Phil Jones played again, and he's come out with a pretty good interview, hasn't he? Did anyone have a look at that?
Yeah, telling everyone.
I read it. It was quite sad. I thought in places it was tough to hear because you sometimes forget the pain that people go through in their lives and everyday lives, and a multimillionaire footballer's not immune to it, and if you can't get healthy and you can't get right and you can't do what you enjoy the most in life, it can be quite difficult. And he didn't touch on his mental health. I was quite surprised. I wondered if he would, and I wonder just how much how it did affect him. And it was quite a nice read and a tough read. Really, I've come out with a respect for the guy, in all fairness. So Phil Jones in the 6, you get my support.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, in all seriousness, before I make any jokes on that kind of thing, I'm here. Before we make any jokes on that Phil Jones thing, I think it is good that he came out and spoke because it humanizes him a little bit more. I think everyone just sees him as a guy taking up wages. And I think the fact that he came out and he spoke now gives him a little bit of a human aspect. And he did say that there was like an image of him where he go, oh, we'll laugh at Phil Jones. And I think that is a bit of a shame, like the fact that he didn't want to do a testimonial because he thinks no one will turn up. I think people will turn up now after reading that. And I think everyone agrees that he should have.
There's a bit of a thing with
Oh, buddy, I don't lag now. I'm trying to say nice things. Right, I'm here. No, I think everyone agrees that he's not good enough to play for United anymore. He's not. However, everyone wants him to get a career back because he's got a few more years left in him, and I think we all want him to go and get minutes, and I hope he does, and I hope he gets better soon.
There's a thing with Phil Jones, though, isn't there? You know that clip that everyone always brings up. You know when we played Arsenal a few years ago. He's chasing the ball, and he's sort of falling over, and he somehow heads the ball but in the floor, and everyone laughs and jokes about it. And it was a very odd way of defending, and it was quite funny, but we all gloss over the fact that was absolutely brilliant defending. Like, if he didn't do that, Arsenal were through on goal scoring probably. And
he's literally put his head on the line for the club.
Yeah, quite literally. And we all laugh at it, and it's like, no, like if Maguire did that now, or if Ferdinand did it years ago, or if Maldini did it, we'd be absolutely lauding that. But because it was Phil Jones, we're like, oh, typical. He fell over and got. It's like really good defending. I do feel for him. I mean, I've definitely been one. I mean, when I write my own blog, I definitely, I've Phil Jones has been the butt of a few of my jokes. But saying that, so's Katie Price and bloody Katie Hopkins and all that. So it's all in good faith.
Katie Hopkins fucking deserves it.
I mean, Katie Hopkins deserves it, and
Phil Jones doesn't.
But Phil Jones, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of a daft, funny page to write about United. At the end of the day, there's no maliciousness in the jokes. So,
and let's not forget,
I think that's the thing that people need to remember. It's all well and good having a laugh and taking the mickey and criticising, but sometimes people do just take it too far, don't they? And that's when it becomes.
He's one of 3 people in our squad to win the Premier League.
Well, who is it? Him.
So give him a bit more respect.
Him, De Gea,
and Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, of course, Ronaldo. I forgot we had Ronaldo.
No.
I still can't, realize that it's true. But no, he's one of the few people to win the Premier League in our team. Surely he gets a bit more respect.
Well, look, the bottom line is he's still a Manchester United footballer, and we can laugh and we can joke at him all we like, but he's done something that us 4 on this particular channel would have loved to have done. He's pulled on the red shirt at Manchester United. And whatever happens to his career between now and then, he can stick up 2 fingers to the whole fucking world, because there's a lot of players out there who think they're great and who've never made it to the highest level. And he made it to the highest level, by the way, with the greatest Premier League manager supporting him and buying him. Can you imagine if you're a young player and Sir Alex Ferguson knocks on your door and buys you, when you're 18 or 19? Can you imagine what that would mean to you as an individual, as a person? And as much as he's had his problems, I think the club have stood by him and they've done right by him. And now they need to, because at the end of the year, I think he will know it's time for him to either hang up his boots or move on. I think the club need to help him with his choices now. And I'd love to see him get some minutes in the Carabao Cup.
I think
Wednesday.
it'll be a very Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thing to start him.
I think he will. I think he'll start on. I really think he'll start on Wednesday.
And where should he start? In the 6.
In the 6.
Get him warmed up, get him ready, and let him learn his new role, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Then you can play Mengi at the back alongside Lindelof or Bailly. And then you can have Phil Jones in the 6. Simple as that. You can play Mengi or Bailly alongside Lindelof. Phil Jones in the 6. And of course,
Jonah in the 6.
On that note, no, Stu, that's not it. It's hashtag Phil Jones in the 6. Make sure you subscribe to All for United, because this is the official home of the movement, as featured on BBC Radio Manchester. If you haven't listened to it, go have a listen to it. We did advertise the movement on there. Well, I did. Phil Jones in the 6. No midfielder, no problem. Join the movement on All for United. Phil Jones in the 6. Make sure to like, comment.
Come on, Jonesy. Come on.
Subscribe. That is my update finished. You can talk about whatever you want now. And that's absolutely nothing, is it? Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Just a bit of dead air there. Lovely. That's.
I would like to say. I don't know when you saw. I don't know if you saw our debate on coaching the other night, but
oh, here we go.
Did you see it at all?
What was it? Who was it?
There's myself, James.
No, I didn't watch it. No.
Bloody hell.
Karthik's
I didn't watch
notoriously slanderous against my hostings. There's no chance he watches my videos.
Well, I can't believe it.
To be fair, I might
can't
have watched.
believe it.
I might have watched. I just don't remember.
I mean, I feel like you're going to make a valid point here, Stu, and I do just want to add to it before you even make it, to be honest.
Go on.
Everyone's going on about coaches and saying, "Oh, they're not good enough" and stuff. Well, we brought in a set piece coach, Eric Ramsey. We've not conceded from set pieces this season. Shows clear improvement. All these dickheads who come out and say, "Oh, we lost the game. It means that our coaches are shite." Come out and say it today when our coaches clearly made changes to affect the game and win us the game from subs and tactics.
Oh, I did watch that video. Sorry, my bad.
Can I just say on that as well? Did you see with our corners today? Did you see with our corners today how many chances Fernandes got at the back post? I think if we execute, we've actually got a plan with set pieces, and if we execute them properly, like Fernandes, if it weren't for a quality Fabianski save, Fernandes would have scored with that volley he had. So like, it seems like there's a plan in place now. Obviously, you need better execution of them. I think some of the deliveries weren't great either, but it's nice to see that it's not just Harry's up, we'll aim for him.
Do you know something, James? I mean, it's
Well
like you're pretty much taking word for word about what I was talking about, application and execution. So sorry, do you want me to write down everything for you to say in future? Is that easier?
Please.
You got a point. You got a point, James. And what I was going to say
when you speak such gospel, you can't expect people to recite it.
Oh,
that is true.
gospel.
That is true. But what I was about to say, you are right, actually, James, and Callum, is I don't know if you've noticed we're playing a much higher in the 6-yard area now when we are having corners because Luke Shaw's swinging them in, and we are playing that one behind the back. So you've got Maguire and Varane who are either challenging at the back post, and if it's too high for them, you've got, as you quite rightly say, James, you've got Fernandes coming into the back, and I've noticed that over the last few games. We are crowding the penalty area a lot more on corners than what we ever used to. And I think it'll come. I think it'll come. The fact that a corner, by the way, is just a strike, from a dead ball. So, peas. But
What question is that? If
Ronaldo
didn't play football, what would he have become?
What a great question.
Hairdresser.
Random, probably a model. Hairdresser.
Yeah, driving around in an Audi TT.
I'm not gonna put in John Gray's comment because that's allegations, and we don't talk about allegations. Sorry, I'm just reading a text I'm just reading a text from Mark. He's not coming on the show today, unfortunately. So we've been ditched.
Good.
All right, is he all right?
Stu, you played football today.
Yes.
How did you perform?
I did all right tonight. Actually, I played quite well. I netted twice, left foot and right foot. One was a tap in. I ghosted in at the far post, Ronaldo-esque, really, to be fair, and it was a tap. It was a nice little side from about 3 yards, but ghosted in, and the other one was left from.
Only you could describe a 3-yard tap in like that.
Oh, it was tremendous. A poacher's goal. It was a poacher's goal. I mean, you had to be there to put it in the back of the net. And the second one was just a cross shot from the edge of the area, really, in off the post. So yeah, I was quite pleased. We won 6-3. So I was quite pleased. Yeah, I had a decent game for an old man.
Unfortunately, I didn't have a game this weekend because we couldn't get a referee.
No, that's poor. That is fucking hell.
The FA is short on referees everywhere. Everywhere.
You guys in the Northwest Counties, are you all?
No, we're in Stockport Metro League.
Oh, Stockport Metro League. Okay, I played years ago. Northwest Counties.
I think our under-21s might be in that one. Yeah,
which was but they've changed all the mapping now, haven't they? For the steps, there's no step 7 anymore. It's step 6 and 5.
No, yeah.
And they've changed it all. They've changed it all. So you'll go up then to Northwest Counties. Do you think if you get promoted? Or when you move up to the under-21s?
I think we'll go into like the Cheshire League or something. I think that's how it works, but I'm not sure.
Here's a development on the Ronaldo question then. If Karthik ever got a real job, what would it be?
Oh,
a real job?
Yeah.
What's my current job?
Well, you just pretend to manage some under-18s. Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer PE teacher.
Well, I think if Karthik was going to get a real job, he should be an internet engineer. so he could fix his own internet. But Jacob, in answer to your question, I loved Saints and Greasy when I was growing up. It was absolutely brilliant. And
John,
I didn't have an
because they're
appreciation.
under 18.
I didn't have an appreciation, Jacob, of just how good Jimmy Greaves was as a finisher when I was watching him. But no, they were absolutely brilliant. It was a staple. Saturday at midday. It was a staple. And then Grandstand was around as well. So no, but Saints and Greasy, I did. Yeah, it was a shame. It was a shame. And I listened to Graham Souness praise him and say he's probably one of the greatest finishers he reckons he's ever seen. And Souness was a wonderful player, whether people like him or not. And it's like praise indeed, that is from Souness, isn't it? So, yeah, I did Saints Greasy. Yeah, that was my era, Jacob, my era.
Fair enough. Before I wrap up the show, we'll talk about, obviously, the week coming. Obviously, we've got the Cup and then Villa at the weekend. I'm making my return to Old Trafford on the weekend against Villa. I'm buzzing for that. 17 months since I went. Who's going, by the way? Either the Cup or Villa?
I'm going to try get a ticket, but...
Which one?
I don't...
Both of them. See if I can try and muster up a ticket from somewhere.
I've got training on the Wednesday, so...
The fact that the game on Saturday's been moved to 12:30.
It's been moved to 12:30.
It's weirdly helped me because I'm out in the evening. So
to be fair, a lot of people have cancelled the tickets because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the worst possible time for a kick-off, innit? The best time's obviously 5:30 on a Saturday. It means you can go in the pub earlier. If you've not got a ticket, obviously, you can go in the pub earlier and you can just stay there for the evening. Then.
Well, you could do that for
you could do that for an 12 one, but you'd be struggling.
Either I'll go or Jake will go. We use our ticket, but
Stu, make it up. Come on.
I'm hoping that we've got the name on the back of the seat. It should be done. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I want to go and see that. So yeah, we're a platinum ticket holder now. So I want to go.
Make sure you take the ticket.
20.
Because fucking hell, my laptop's breaking. What the fuck?
Do you know?
Yeah, Stu, make sure you make it up because I need to say hello to you.
No, it'll either be me or Jake. The thing is, I've got my Champions League ticket.
Okay.
And that's my season ticket.
Careful, don't show that too clearly.
No, I don't. That's why I'm doing it like this. That's our Champions League ticket. But Cal, I haven't got a ticket for. I didn't buy a ticket for the Cup. I'm not really a fan of the Carabao Cup, so I haven't bought a ticket for the Carabao Cup.
I used to get the tickets for that just to see like some of the youngsters.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, I'm not, especially the early rounds. But I'm kind of with Carthet, to be honest. It's just been that long since I went. I want to just go. I mean, I think I can't actually remember the last game I went to now. It's been that long.
Mine was
I can't remember
Bruges
the
at
last
home.
one.
Mine was Bruges at the
I genuinely can't think what game it was, and it's really annoying me. So it's just more the fact that I just want to go again. I've not been for so long. I just want to be inside the stadium. I just want to find out if you can get signal in the stadium now because you didn't used to be able to.
My lads, kind of. It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss, but So I don't know, but I'll definitely be at the Everton match anyway.
Well, get up to the Villa game, Stu, because I'm telling you to.
Okay. I'll have we haven't decided what's happening yet, so I'll let you know. I'll keep you know.
Right.
And
well, whoever is coming up, let us know. Viewers as well, because I need to meet some of you because I'm yet.
Yeah, I want to put a plug if I can. On the 26th, I think it is, or the Sunday next week. Manchester United women are playing Chelsea women at LSV. Guys, the tickets are £6. Come along.
I'm going to try and get to that one.
Come along. We're supporting Manchester United at the end of the day, aren't we?
What time's kick-off, Stu?
12:30 again. Don't ask me why.
Oh, if I have an early kick-off with my under 18s, then I'll try and get there for that.
Yeah, because it's £6. So, Cal, if you can, is it Sunday's difficult for you with family and that, or?
No. I mean, I suppose I could come. I'll admit I've never even considered going to the women, but I'll happily give it a try.
Yeah, I went to the home game, the first game against Reading, and I was pleasantly surprised. I had a great time. And John Foster's there, Connor's there, Benny. So all the guys are there.
I'm not saying it'll be bad. It's just never come across my mind, to be honest. I'd love to go. It's just I've never thought of it, to be honest. But I'll happily give it a go.
Yeah. What about you, James?
Well, as a massive glory hunter who's not from Manchester, it's actually very hard for me. I'm very expensive for me to get to games, so I'm not. It's not as viable for me, which is a shame because I would love to go more. But that's a problem with being a glory hunter, I suppose.
Well,
right.
There's
On
no
that note,
glory
I'm going to
hunters
wrap
in
up the show.
Manchester.
I'm going to wrap up the show now because we've been here for absolutely ages. Hope you've all.
Oh, where's Carl gone?
What's going on here?
Carl's actually.
I haven't wrapped it up yet. Jesus Christ. You're a bit eager.
Sorry.
Bit eager, fucking hell.
I just pressed. Sorry, I just pressed the back button on my mouse and I went, "Oh shit!" I've got.
That was great.
Right. Anyway, on that hilarious note, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. It's been a great one. Gone to watch Sex Education. He's just seen spoilers from your missus. What is he on about? Cal's waiting to finish this episode. Yeah, he's seen the spoilers from there. Right. Whoever's going to the game on Wednesday, make sure to let us know. And Saturday, because I'll be there. So let us know. Come say hello to me. I want to meet some of this. As long as you're not weirdo stalkers. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to comment below what you thought of the game. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. And I'll leave you. Don't lag out yet. I'll leave you on this message. Hang on, where is it? This message here. Wednesday night, it might just happen. Get yourself to Old Trafford, Phil Jones in the 6. If someone, right, I'm being deadly serious, if someone can make a sign that says hashtag Phil Jones in the 6 and take it into Old Trafford and get a picture, I will do something. I'll do something for that person. Whatever you ask, I'll do it for you. So make it happen. Oh, not anything.
Carl, I'll go now if I was you, Carl. You don't want to be associated to that.
Don't worry, I won't be making any signs.
No. Someone make a sign. Someone get a picture and make sure you're seen.
He's only backtracked because he's sat next to his missus. That's the only reason.
She supports Phil Jones in the
Over there,
6
to
too.
be fair.
Do you think Phil Jones should play the 6? What? Do you think Phil Jones should... Just thumbs up if you think he should play the 6. There you go. See? Phil Jones in the 6.
There you go.
Right. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to end the show. Thank you for joining us. United have won 2-1, so stop being miserable. Don't lag when I'm doing an outro. Honestly, it pisses me off. Right, I'm back now. United have won the league.